Okay guys, we made it back to the car. It's about 11:15, so got all day to hike. Got our resupply on, got our day packs on. I changed into shorts because it's gotten nice and warm. Also, the park has gotten kind of crowded, at least this direction. We're down next to the nature center, so I figure as we head north on the northern edge of the trails and such, it'll thin out some, I'm hoping. So we're going to head down here to the nature center, refill on water, and then we're on the trail. We made it over here to the nature center. Most of it's closed up right now, but as you can see, there's water fountains and restrooms. The rest of it's actually closed up for the day, unfortunately. We were kind of hoping to maybe take a look and see what they had to offer in here, but unfortunately it's closed. And if you can't tell in the background, there's quite a bit of people right here just kind of camped out, chilling or whatever. I'm not sure what they're doing. I think it's a big family, so I guess they're having fun. But we've got our resupply on water, hit the bathrooms, so we should be well to go on the trail. Next time we see you, we'll be heading out towards the northern end of the park here and seeing what we see on the trail, guys. I'm hoping it'll be awesome. Really nice weather. It's warming up. I'm actually already kind of hot, and I actually, like I said, first time I'm in shorts. Had to switch over to shorts. Those pants weren't going to fly this particular trip right here for the hiking. So pants worked good last night as it got cool, but not today, which is nice. I'm glad to see spring finally come in because it's been a long, cold, bitter winter. Okay, so we're heading north on the Orange Trail, and you start out on this boardwalk right here at the Nature Center. And it definitely has a nice view down overlooking this creek here. We crossed that creek yesterday going back that direction. We went that way, and we did cross that heading over to our site. But coming out this way, like I said, it's a pretty little view there, guys. Yep. Walking down this boardwalk here. Nice little way to start the hike here. Oh yeah, really pretty day. Like I said, I'm in shorts and I'm quite comfortable. Yeah, it still opens out overlooking. The creek goes out right on out through there.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty. I think there's a little bridge down there we may come across eventually. You see it? It's either a bridge or a big log across the creek down there. Oh, got a little thing here. Let's see what this says.
95% of Ohio was forested. Today, some of the finest examples of this area's existing forest can be found in Metropark's facilities. Woodlands contain a rich variety of plants and animals, including spring wildflowers, fungi, songbirds, woodpeckers, and mammals like gray foxes and flying squirrels. Woodlands are maintained with no cutting or removal of standing or fallen trees.
Cool. See a lot of woodlands in Ohio, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw a couple of mice last night.
Alright, looks like we're actually gonna get over here onto the trail now. Back into the woods. Yeah.
Cedar glades for wildlife diversity. Red cedars are one of the first trees to become established on abandoned farmlands or pastures. They grow where the thin soil covers limestone and bedrock. Cedar glades provide evergreen shelter and nest sites for owls and other wildlife. They are an excellent habitat for many species of birds that use cedar berries for food. To maintain cedar glades, invasive hardwood trees are periodically removed. If not removed, these tall growing trees would create too much shade for the cedars to thrive.
Yeah, they seem to have these kind of periodically throughout the park so far. And that's kind of neat.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're nowhere near ready for lunch, though.
Oh God, no! We just had breakfast like what, 2 hours ago?
It ain't been 2 hours.
We had it at 9.
Well, that's true. I guess it has been about 2 hours. Little pond here.
Very beautiful.
Nice little bench. It's a Metropark, guys. It's not backwoods hiking.
Yeah.
But like I said, for a little day trip, it's been kind of fun so far. What do you think?
I'm enjoying it. This has been fun.
Come up for a little stream crossing here.
I'm making my way to Concord.
Good job. See if I can do it. Here we go. Oh, these are all,
Pretty sturdy.
yeah, they're good and stable.
The last couple
Ooh,
ones
kayaker. That ain't gonna be good. Pretty awesome. Yeah, so we did kind of have a little incline here.
A little out of breath.
A little out of breath, but not as steep as the left ski or anything like that. So we've been keeping a pretty consistent fast pace. I think that's one reason I'm a little bit more out of breath than normal. Yeah, and it's warmer. But always following an orange blaze. I don't care where I go.
Yeah, it's supposed to be our main color right there. Red and orange.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to continue on here, guys. Well, guys, we've been on trail for about an hour and 15 minutes. Covered about 3 miles, so we're definitely making good time. Not having the extra weight on our backs definitely makes a difference. We've kind of come out into this meadow here. About 2.5, 3 miles. I'll have to check all trails for sure, but I looked at it a little bit ago and we were already over 2 miles, so making pretty good time, having fun. It's turned into a really, really beautiful day. Gotta love it. So pretty. What's that?
It's so pretty because it's like all blue skies today. It's just fabulous. I got a little hot, so I had to take this off.
Yeah, we got a little warm. I don't have anything to shed. That's all right. We still got about 1.5 liters water each. Plenty of water, and there's refills along the way, so yeah. Then we get to walk along this road. Kind of knew that was coming from looking at the map. So we're actually up on this bridge, kind of road walking right now. Over here, I'm sure there's people that still actually use that area, but we're going to follow the rules and let the land heal, because it actually says that the area is resting, is what the sign said. So, but it would be really pretty to be able to hike down in there with this water and such. Let's see if I can get it up over so you can see it. Yeah, it'd be kind of neat to hike down in there.
Okay, you cannot tell me otherwise. Oh!
Oh, that was a frog.
Where'd it go? I want to see it. Buddy!
It's a frog.
That's kind of cool. All I heard was, oh my, hey then.
Well, here we are. What time is it? About 1:15? So we've been out on the trail now for about an hour and a half, making really good time. It's about 1:15. We started at about 15 of noon from the visitor center. And I believe the next time we get to a junction or a clearing, we're going to stop and get us some lunch. Getting a little hungry, need some calories in me. Breakfast went a good ways. That oatmeal and that protein shake, that did the trick. The only other thing I would like to have with it would be if I boiled a couple of eggs and carried with me, for like, especially like these overnighters. My wife suggested that, so I think that's something I'm gonna have to do just to get the extra calories, the extra protein for the morning to get the kickstart on the trail. But other than that, yeah, we're doing pretty good. It's been quite scenic. We did have the one road walk that I didn't care about. I'd rather be down in the woods away from the traffic, but it's okay. You know, to get back in here, it's all right. But yeah, still kind of pretty. Definitely still all the foliage is starting to come out, the undergrowth. A lot of the trees are coming out. Of course, there's actually quite a few evergreens here. Unlike places like Zaleski, where it's more deciduous, you have the evergreens here, so that's awesome. Of course, if you notice, some of the trees actually starting to get leaves too. But yeah, of course, it's at that time of year. It's the middle of April. Yeah, spring's coming in. I think we're going to avoid the rain today. They're not calling for rain until about, I believe, about 8, 9 o'clock tonight. And I'm definitely glad we decided to switch our nights, because initially we were going to stay the night and didn't really have the site open I wanted. So that's one reason I opted to go ahead and come in yesterday and do this today here. But they're calling for like extremely heavy thunderstorms, 1.5 to 2 inches of rain tonight. So I really did not want to be here for that. I mean, you know, that's part of hiking and camping and such, but definitely if we can avoid it, I want to. But yeah, we're gonna get back over in here somewhere, find us a nice clearing, little spot where maybe we can refill some water. Should be a water supply, I believe, right up in here somewhere. And we're gonna get us a bite of lunch.
Perfect.
All right, so guys, we've stopped this little area. It's actually next to a parking lot, but there's a little bench here. There's a privy right over there. And we're eating lunch. We're just north of one of the picnic areas. We didn't really want to go down in there and eat because I was kind of worried that, you know, there'd probably be a lot of people with it being a Saturday, people coming in like just day tripping, maybe, you know, grilling out, whatever. So we thought this was still a little bit secluded and that we would just kind of hang out here and eat lunch real quick and get back on the trail. We both ate tuna and some baby bells and had a little bit of a beef stick that we cut up and brought in, eating on that to get a little bit extra energy, filling up on water. And we're going to fill our water reserves actually up down where that picnic area it is here in just a minute. But for now, we're just going to finish snacking and get back on the trail, hit the privy if we need to. And yep, it's been a blast, guys. Don't think that works.
What?
Okay guys, we've been on trail for about 25 minutes since we actually ate. We came down a little incline and then it was flat, you know, beside that little creek, you know, where we took some video, and then it was flat for a good ways. We burned out some distance and time there, right? We're covered probably about 1.5 miles in about 25 minutes, maybe even a little bit more, maybe 1.75 miles. So yeah, you give me some flat, I can roll. It's the hills, right? But we're getting used to those as well. So there was actually a few inclines that we just burnt right up and just kept going. That was awesome. It's gotten really warm though. Let's see what it shows here. Yeah, it looks like on my phone here in Germantown it's about 66 degrees. So I mean, you know, it's not summer heat, but you know, when you've been used to 30 degrees, 20 degrees, this is warm. And like I said, we are burning up some miles, so rocking it out. So I believe once we get down this little incline and go a little bit further, we'll be actually at the dam. We'll get some video there, guys.
Dad, would you be mad if I rolled down the hill?
Yeah, because then I have to go chase you. All right, so we're kind of in the home stretch here, heading back north towards the nature center now. Yeah, we're knocking out some miles. Definitely is nice to see that we're able to do this without too much trouble. Of course, granted, I'm not carrying a super heavy pack right now. It's probably sub 10 pounds, but you know, it's still nice to see that I can actually physically get up and down these hills and stuff. You know, it's something I wondered about it, you know, being able to do it at a faster pace. The next idea is to actually do the same thing with a heavier pack. I do have my pack down below 25 pounds with food and water now. Well, that's for an overnighter. I believe base weight is roughly 20 pounds. It's just over, it's like 20.3 pounds. So it's a definite improvement over last year. The very first hike that we did, my base weight actually was in the ballpark of 45 pounds. So I've more than cut it in half. Of course, that was me just wanting to go out and experience as much as I can in one night, because I wasn't sure when I get to go back out. And now that I get to do it more often, I'm like, yeah, time to cut that weight down. All right, so it looks like we got an incline now. Of course, every time you go down, you got to go up.
All right, hey, nobody played you.
We're back down here on the flat a little bit. I think we're gonna be flat for a few minutes. Wow, it has turned into a really nice spring day. It's sunny, warm, there's a slight breeze. Yeah, it's just really nice to be out here in this weather. So excited for this year. All the plans that we have for living the grand adventure, things that we're going to do, places we're going to see, and of course we're going to show those to you guys. Looking forward to that as well, getting your feedback and your comments and see what you like, what you don't like about the channel, you know, and giving you guys kind of something that you guys can look forward to each week. But for now, looks like we got a little creek crossing. Big step. Actually, did you get it? Yeah, good job. All right, let's see if I can do the same thing. Yep. And then it gets muddy. All right. Kind of neat. Coming up on the end of the trail here. Got about 1 3/4 left to go. Come over this little lookout here. Got a nice little bench overlooking the creek down there. It's pretty awesome.
I guess that was your model for that.
Pardon me with the planes in the air, but there seems to be quite a few of them here lately. I don't know if you can see that, but this is with the GoPro, so I don't have a zoom really real well without stopping the video. But yeah, nice little view down the ravine here.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, I like it.
The day's just getting better and better with how pretty it's been.
Oh yeah, it's still real pretty. The sky's still pretty much blue. I mean, there's a little overcast haze, but
Not enough to...
definitely no rain and definitely no rain right now. So So we're walking through this section of the trail here. It's actually a floodplain for this creek that's right over here. And they call it an old, you know, it's part of the old forest area. There's a couple of them actually in this metro park. It's old growth trees, things like that, you know, they haven't worried about reclamation so much through here. Because really it doesn't need it, it's really pretty. We did see a sign as we entered the area talking that during seasonal rains, this area can actually flood and it can be either extremely muddy or completely underwater. We took a chance and yeah, a little bit of mud in spots, but nothing major. It's been a really nice flat hike right through here. Really pretty area. Definitely very happy we came this direction because just very scenic. And it, you know, just just nice to be up in here. So I figured I'd let you know where we're at and the kind of story with this area. You can tell it's a floodplain because, I mean, the ground is very silty. It's almost like sand. You know, the type of silt that you get at river heads and creek heads. That's what's all through this area. Of course, as you get further back over in here from the creek, there's more vegetation. But right here where we're walking, where the actual trail is, there's it's more silt, and there's no rocks, no exposed roots. Everything's underground, so you can tell it definitely floods through here.
American pastors.
You're good.
So pretty.
Especially with the sun out.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh. Yes, we did.
Sorry,
You missed.
What?
I wanted to kick you.
Which
Well, we made it back over here to the nature center. We're heading out now over to the car. Got us some water for the trip home. Got about an hour drive north. That was a great hike. Great weekend so far. You know what we did, where we camped last night and everything. Going to all trails between the hike out from the campsite over to the car and then the hike just now, we actually hit just over 8 miles for the day. It says 8.2. The hike just now was 7.3. So yeah, definitely awesome. Most miles hiked in the day so far. Rocked it out. So we did the 7.3 miles just now. 7.3, 7.4. We actually did that in just under 5 hours. 4 hours and 56 minutes. So, and that included stopping for lunch for a half an hour. So actually trail time, it was about 4.5 hours. So that was pretty awesome. But anyway, it's another trip down, another trail. As far as the Germantown Metropark, I definitely recommend it. I mean, here in Western Ohio, southwestern Ohio, you really don't have as many options as you do out east to do backpacking and trails. This is a good little option for a weekend trip. It was pretty, it was nice. I mean, you didn't have like some of the super high elevation gains like you do at Zaleski. You don't have, you know, some of the open up vistas, but we still enjoyed it, you know, for somewhere close to home and being able to get out, you know, just overnight. This is definitely an option. The trail is extremely maintained. I give it to the folks here at the Metropark. They keep it extremely maintained, extremely well marked. We only had maybe 4 or 5 down trees we had to cross, and those were very recent. Yeah, and the campsite last night was really nice. We enjoyed being there. Like that little common area, it was kind of cool. The only drawback is you can't have a fire there. That's the one thing I wish they would figure out a way where you could have fire at the backcountry, because we would have done that last night. We had plenty of time and it was nice weather. I mean, I understand they probably can't get service vehicles up there quick enough if there would be a fire, and that's their main concern, but you know, I understand. So, but yeah, from the Metropark, I definitely enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to anybody who wants to come out, especially beginners. This is an easier trail. The only place I would recommend, if you're definitely not ready for elevation gains and like doing like high climbs, when you go down to the floodplain at 0.9, don't go down there, because the elevation gain either side coming out would be very difficult. It was about 260 feet. We rocked it. I mean, you know, of course we're getting used to this a lot better. But beginners, you may want to avoid that area. But other than that, as far as the perimeter loop, the orange loop, the rest of the loop is pretty easy. You do have a couple up and downs, but nothing I don't think a healthy person can do, no problem. And we saw plenty of day hikers and people just, even trail runners in here. Of course, they were doing probably smaller loops than us. Once we actually got on the north end, we didn't actually see, we saw one other person on the north end. So most of them are probably using these smaller loops in here, but we hiked the entire perimeter, so that was cool. But we're ready to get home. Jenny's going to order us a couple of pizzas from Papa John's. I'm going to sit down and enjoy that. Get my little non-keto meal after the trail. I tend to do pizza. I have a pizza addiction, and that's the one time I will break keto normally. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and head on home, hour north up to where we're going. So this is Kevin. Alex was with me this trip. From us here at Living the Grand Adventure, you have a great time. Remember, always live your grand adventure to the fullest. We'll see you on the trail when we see you. And if we don't see you, we'll show you what we see next time, guys. Have a good life.